Hi, welcome back to the Divine Jenny Tarot. This segment's going to be called "How are you publicly perceived but it's secret." So how are you secretly publicly perceived? If you catch this video through the law of attraction. Really warm. This one wants to come out. Good, I'm happy to see that with this combo here. This is warm too. This whole section. Okay. And now we just need, oh. These both want to come out? Okay. So the bottom of the deck is this King of Cups. This was underneath here, so I just couldn't grab it all with my one hand here. Sorry. Whoops. All right, heck with that. I'll just keep this like this. Okay. All right. So listening to Brahms Symphony Number 2 in D major. I'm a big classical music fan. I can play 3 instruments classically, believe it or not. Okay, so all right, let's see. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. That's a positive, successful foundation. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. King of Cups. So how are you publicly perceived secretly? You're publicly perceived secretly as someone who is about building a successful foundation. You're perceived as somebody who likes to have their everything set up right, and you like to have your money in order. You're also perceived as someone who doesn't speak on their romantic feelings very readily. The King of Cups is someone who has a lot of emotion, but they don't really speak on it. It's just a deep felt love. So you're perceived as someone publicly, but this is a secret that people don't necessarily tell you, that you're publicly perceived as someone who keeps your feelings close to your chest. Okay? The next card here, we have the 5 of Swords, so followed by the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. So publicly but secretly, you're perceived as someone who has taken a lot of hits. You're seen as someone who has been through some shit. Sorry for my language. You're someone who's been seen as someone who undeservedly, with the 5 of Swords is an unfair victory. You're someone who's been seen as someone who's been undeservingly stabbed in the back and had much disappointment and heartbreak. And it's seen as something spiritual almost to people with the Hierophant. This is right in the center. Do we have any more? Yeah, so we have Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, and no other Major Arcana. So with this being the first Major Arcana, with it being right in the center, it's almost like you're publicly seen as someone who's been spiritually tested a lot. And you know, like we said earlier, plus heartbreak. But that you always come up, you always land on your feet with the Seven of Pentacles. You're someone who always is ready to harvest more, despite. And you're also someone who successfully closes out situations that were unfair in your life. And you're seen as very strong. So I'm intuitively picking up that you're seen as someone who, even though you know you're spiritually tested, that you don't let BS overtake you, and you know how to successfully close the deal. Like, I'm hearing like, close the deal. Like, you let people know who's who and what's what. Like, you let people know what time it is. Like, they might have thought they got this and that over on you, but in the end, no, honey, because you got the World card with the Strength right next to you, and with God being right in the center. Like, you follow God's orders perfectly, and you have the strength of the Lord within you, and you're seen as someone with the, you know, the world is your oyster, basically. And that you use these things that have happened to you as inspiration to bring good news to people. So these two cards showed up. So we have, this is the outside energy, the Seven of Wands, and we have the Five of Wands. So you're seen as someone who knows how to pivot against competitors and to use it in your best interest to bring you a brand new situation in love. So like, maybe these people that stabbed you in the back and broke your heart, you're seen as someone who turns lemons into lemonade. So this isn't really publicly said to you, but this is how you are publicly perceived. This is how the overall, most people in your life, the majority, the popular majority, okay, see you. They see you as someone who can take hits and, you know what, show up like this after every single time, just like a goddess, like unscathed, like just something divine, okay? And you're seen as very, very strong. And you're seen as someone who can turn lemons into lemonade, and that you know how to pivot. You know how to stand your ground against anybody who wants to compete with you. And you always come out fresh as a daisy. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, fresh as a daisy. You turn lemons into lemonade. And I think people see you as that way because you're not over-emotional. You don't put all your nonsense or all your business, I shouldn't say nonsense, all your business out there. Maybe you have sometimes because this is emotional king, but typically you do not. And so people respect that. And you're seen as someone who takes life seriously. And that's all I have for you. Let's just see. Let's take some of this. Well, one went flying off the table, but yeah, God really loves you, and people really love you for loving God, and they really love that God loves you. People really love you. They see you as a spiritual authority, in fact. They look to you on how to rise from these occasions. You give people a lot of faith. Yeah, they also love the fact that you show them how to stay pure and true and valuable and divine. And this is jade. Look up the properties to jade. Look up the properties to rose quartz. People love that you're so like holy and clandestine and like strong. And they love to see like how you turn things around. And they think you have the eye of the tiger, because this flew to the sides but didn't fall off the table. So I'm taking this as like they think you see all, that you know all, that you have fierceness and veracity. And yeah, comment down below who you are, because I like people like you. If you catch this reading, this is how you are secretly but publicly perceived. Thank you for joining this segment, and I will have a few more videos today. Thank you. I God and Goddess bless.